Quest Audiobooks presents an unabridged recording of Murder Now and Then by Faith Martin, narrated by Alison Campbell. Chapter 1. Former DI Hillary Greene jumped off the prow of the Mollern, her narrowboat home of more years than she cared to remember, and onto the towpath of the Oxford Canal. She stood for a moment, breathing in deeply of the slightly damp but warm early spring air, and cast an assessing eye on the sky. From the branches of an about-to-bloom pussy willow nearby, a hedge sparrow sang with his usual gusto, and was answered by a rival male from the farmer's field beyond. Deciding that it probably wasn't going to rain within the next 10 minutes or so, she set off briskly on the short distance up the towpath towards the village of Thrupp and the car park of the boat pub, where she regularly parked her car. Thankfully, her ancient Volkswagen Golf, Puff the tragic wagon, was feeling in a benevolent mood that morning, and despite the moist air, started on the first turn of the quay. Her commute to the Thames Valley Police HQ in Kidlington was less than 5 minutes, maybe 10 if she got caught in the rush hour, as Thrupp was on the outskirts of the large village, or was it the town, of Kidlington. Hillary knew that the locals had long been unable to agree on the status of Kidlington, and she was far too wily to pick a side. Stick your head above the parapet on that one, and you are likely to get it knocked off. She left Puff in her favourite spot in the HQ car park, more or less underneath the spreading branches of a horse chestnut tree, her bag slung over one shoulder. Once inside the lobby, she traded the usual and mandatory friendly insults with the desk sergeant and headed downstairs into the bowels of the building. The CRT, Crime Review Team, where she worked as a civilian consultant solving cold cases, wasn't a high priority with the top brass, hence the less than glamorous digs. However, since retiring as a DI, she'd become almost used to being treated like a mole and rarely noticed the lack of natural daylight anymore. She passed the large, computer-packed office, where the majority of the CRT officers hung out, using computer databases and the newest technological breakthroughs to constantly check old cases for modern-day matches, to the much smaller communal one, where she and...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?